One of the things that we tell our students is context and situational awareness are essential to having a productive first conversation. I'm not just going to go to one person. I'm going to try to figure out all my key entry points. I'm going to identify the people I think I have a connection to, and I'm going to try to understand the situational context of the company and the situational context of the individual. Well, how do I do that? It's a boatload of research, unless you're using modern technology. I don't know how many times I sit down with my students and they tell me they're working an account. And I say, all right, let's talk about the modern motions. And you saw what their growth is, you saw how many numbers, how big their sales org is, are they shrinking, are they growing? And then you looked at their XIQ dossier. And you looked at their funding rounds, and you looked at, you looked at everything that's going on. Are they active in social? What are the new announcements? What are their key strategies? Then you looked at their XIQ profile and figured out what kind of personality they have before you contact them. Now, the sharp ones say, yes, I did all that. The ones that are stuck say, oh, no, I didn't do any of that. And I said, well, why didn't you do that? You don't have situational awareness. The bigger deals are becoming more and more complex. And it's harder to get those sales done because if they're not transactional in nature, they tend to be more complex, which then requires you to be able to not deal with one person, but deal with many people over long periods of time. This requires the skill to understand the situation, analyze it, and prepare a strategy and execute. That's called analytical skill. I think you have to be agile. And so you have to be constantly iterating. You have to be constantly adapting to the situation that's around you. Then the next one is, and you and I know this, you gotta follow up. You know, I don't know how many deals get dropped and closed, or how much do we leave? All of us in an industry leave on the table because we don't follow up. And some of the sales engagement platforms I think are gonna help us there. Once again, using technology to either automate or augment, right? And so sales engagement, if you put it into your sales engagement platform appropriately, it should sequence the follow-up piece, but people have to follow up.